Hello everyone, my name is Daniel and I am coming to you live from my bedroom. This live video has just been edited down for your entertainment. I hope you enjoy it. So AI sucks. I think we can all agree on that. Hopefully. I do understand there is a time and a place for it, like with specific, with specific like applications for it. And like I said, well, okay, because I'm talking about LLMs such as ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini AI, all of that stuff. Um, Recently, DLSS 5 by NVIDIA came out. People have already made videos talking it to death, but I wanted to throw my hat in the ring. So this is it. It sucks, DLSS 5. The technology is at, at the same time like impressive that it can do that, but not needed, not wanted, and just bad. Like it's impressive, but it's also bad because it's changing the game. So if you don't know what DLSS 5 is, it's basically a filter, or apparently like it's a filter, but then like Nvidia lied and said it's a filter, but it's actually like it changes the geometry of the game and not just puts a filter over it or something. I don't know. I didn't actually do too much research into it because I actually don't care about it. I genuinely like just don't care about it. I'm too upset to care about it. Not upset, but too annoyed by it to care about it. But yeah, anyways, so it's basically a filter you put over your video game, and it makes it more realistic because AI goes over it and like amps up the graphics or whatever, which is stupid because if you watch the announcement video, so many of the games just look like a different game. Like they use Hogwarts Legacy, as far as I remember, twice, and they try to make it more realistic. One, they used it on one of the old ladies in Hogwarts Legacy, and she looks way older. Two, they used it on the main character, and they look like a different person. Which, side note, Hogwarts Legacy has a specific visual style. Like, it's not Red Dead Redemption, it's not trying to look real. It's got a visual style that looks like it does, not because it's trying to look real, but because it wants to look how it looks. I don't know what the style is called, but it's like Fortnite. You're not going to expect realism from Fortnite. It's got that cartoony style to it. It's like, why would you like it? And it's like that's what they're doing. They're trying to put this like realism filter over Fortnite. It's obviously it's not Fortnite. It's over any game, but the show off is that it was Hogwarts Legacy. But still, it's like you're trying to put this realism filter over something that's specifically not looking realistic. Like it's not better to put it over something like Red Dead Redemption 2 or Resident Evil Requiem, like they showed in the announcement trailer. But it's still like it brings me to my second point of this is bad because it spits in the face of creatives. Sure, it looks fine. If looks fine, I'll talk about that later. But if you want it to look realistic, it will look realistic as far as I can. Again, I'll talk about that later. But it's just spitting in the face of the people who actually came up with the visuals. It's the modelers, the animators, the actresses and actors, the actual people that the models are based off, the face models. It just spits in the face of all of them because now it's just like putting a filter over them, being like, no, actually, we want to do it how we want to do it. It's not actually like acknowledging that the people put work into making that character look that way. Like Red Dead 2 looks really good and really realistic because they focused on that. Fortnite looks cartoony because that fits the style. You don't want to put this over Lego game because Lego game's supposed to look Lego. Minecraft's supposed to look blocky. Like the visual style of a game lends itself to what the game is supposed to be. God of War. I was going to say God of War Ragnarok, but I don't know. I was going to specify that one. But God of War 4 and 5, two of my favorite games, look realistic because it's more grounded, even though it's like a fantastical world. It's meant to be more grounded. So that like tells you how to kind of think and feel while playing the game. And now this filter just goes and wipes all of that clean, ignores all the work done by the people who actually put thought into this, and just is like, nope, this is just going to look realistic or realistic. Because again, it's an AI interpretation of something. It's not a real thing of what it's supposed to look like. That's why it's bad, because it's not actually just, it's not showing you what you're supposed to be seeing from the game or what the developers want you to see from the game. It's showing you what an AI thinks you should be seeing from the game to look better and more realistic and something you don't want, because I don't want that. If my game looks, sure, may look realistic, but if that's not the intended way it's supposed to look for a game, why would I do that? I'm not going to buy a game just to put a filter over what it's supposed to look like in order for those people who put all the work into making it look like that just to be null and void, just so an AI can tell me what to see. It's like, what? I don't understand. Like that's just a use case that I can't think of anyone having. Like it's such a s- I don't know, it's such a weird use case. Like I can't think of a specific person or specific use case for that. And I'm saying that a lot, but I can't think of someone that would use that except for someone who's just like I don't mean to go I forget the guy's name, Penguin Zero on you, but it's yeah that guy. But it's like the only use case I find this is AI bros that just want to slurp up everything that AI offers them and just be like, yes, this is the best thing in the world, even though it isn't. It just straight up isn't. And yeah, you can see that for yourself if you watch the announcement trailer. If you see the CEO of Nvidia talking about it, by the way, the CEO of Nvidia is saying that people are just that he's apparently saying you are wrong. Like people are criticizing it, and he's just saying you are wrong. Their criticisms are wrong. What they think is wrong. Their opinions are wrong about this thing. Anyways, the reason I keep saying realistic is because something like I want to talk about Minecraft. Minecraft is blocky. It's it's pixels, it's blocky, whatever. Sure, there's realism mods for Minecraft, but that's mods. That's people putting work into the game to make it look like that. Like I've seen such good ones that like affect smoke, where if you place a campfire in a cave, the smoke rises up and actually gets stuck on the cave, and then you like make a hole and the smoke funnels through the hole. It's like they put so much work into making that look like that, so much work into the coding and the developing and the visuals of that, and it's human made work. But then if you run this DLSS5 over Minecraft, what's it going to show up? Because it's an AI interpretation of something. It's not actually what it's supposed to look like. And so, hello. Do you have anything to say about AI? Okay. I think they hate it as well. But Minecraft is meant to look blocky. So you put it through a realism filter, and then what? It doesn't look blocky anymore. What's an AI going to do? Because again, it's an interpretation. It's like as far as I know, they're taking up the show. As far as I know, you can't be able to tell like filter that like, oh, I'm playing Minecraft, so you're gonna make it look more Minecrafty, or I'm playing Fortnite, make it look more Fortnite. It looks like it's just a realism filter. So what's gonna happen with that? It's just gonna look worse because it's gonna try to fix Minecraft and make Minecraft look more realistic, which is just gonna mess up. Like I don't know if you guys have seen that AI Minecraft like thing you can play online or whatever. It's not good. Or at least the original iteration wasn't good. The second iteration kind of improved, but it's still like really messy. And that's an AI just trying to come up with Minecraft itself. Now this is going from Minecraft to realism through an AI. It's not going to work. And another way it's not going to work. Let's say playing Overwatch. I don't play Overwatch anymore. Thankfully, that game made me way too angry. But there's a lot happening in that game. Or a game like Doom, a lot happening in the game. It's like a looter shooter. Is Doom a looter shooter? I don't know, but it's a running gun. You run through, you gun, you jump around, blah blah. It's a very fast-paced, actiony game. Overwatch, a lot happening on screen. How is an AI going to interpret that? Sure, like if I take a static image of Lifeweaver, I don't know why I'm saying Lifeweaver. There's like Tracer. There you go. That's like the mascot of Overwatch. But take a static image of Tracer and run this over. Sure, Tracer might look a bit better, look a bit more realistic. But again, Overwatch has a specific visual style, just like Marvel Rivals has a specific visual style. Overwatch has got that cartoony one. Marvel Rivals has got that comic booky one. It's meant to invoke something when you play it. You're not meant to just be looking at something real, and the developers intended for you to not be looking at something real, to be looking at something cartoony. Anyways, you can run this thing over Tracer. Tracer will look better, more realistic, whatever. And then you play a game. And you're versing a Tracer. Tracer dashes around the map. You have this filter on. This filter is presumably for gameplay. You turn it on, you play the game. Tracer's dashing on the map. What are you going to do? And I'm not just saying this as like, oh, this is we don't know if this is going to happen. Apparently, this tech is supposed to be for every game. You can just turn it on for any game that you want to play. So it's not like it's just for the ones that they showed. At least that's what I've heard. So I've heard people say that apparently that's the truth. So yeah. But what are you going to do? Tracer dashing on the map, and what's the AI going to do about that? It's not going to understand that this going there with like a blue streak is this character moving with a blue streak. It's going to see like, I don't know if it's going frame by frame or if it's just seeing like tick or whatever, like how video games work or whatever. But it's not going to understand that this character moved there with a blue streak. It's going to see a blue streak and a character here and then a character there, and it's not going to interpret it how it's supposed to be interpreted. Doom, thousands of things happening on the screen. How's it going to interpret all of that? It's going to become a jumbled mess. We've seen what AI does. We've seen how AI can mess up and warp and what it does with like netting and non-solid objects or whatever. Now you're just playing Doom, running around, blood splattering in your face, and what's going to happen? It's not going to understand what that. It's not going to understand that. So it's just going to become a jumbled mess. Like I know the baseline isn't a jumbled mess, but for those few frames where there's blood on the screen, or you're doing a finishing move against like a demon where you're like punching their face in or whatever, it's not gonna understand what's happening, and it's gonna like I'm imagining a jarring experience. And even if it's just like a couple frames, that's still enough for me to be like, like if I'm playing a game and it's good, but a couple frames off, I am going to be more reluctant to play that game in the future. Like that's why it has to look, specific. I just all of a sudden thought of something. I've been playing Subnautica Below Zero recently. I prefer the first one. Below Zero is a bit more streamlined, bit smaller. This isn't a review for it, but that's also got a specific visual style. What's it going to do with? Okay, let me just talk about like Subnautica, like the Ghost Leviathan. The AI isn't going to know what a Ghost Reaper Leviathan is. Sure, it'll see it and it'll upscale it, but it's going to look like a long blue thing. It's not going to look like how it's supposed to look. You know what I mean? Like the visuals aren't going to be correct. The visuals aren't going to be correct with this AI, and that is what I fear. I fear that it's not going to do what you want correctly. It's just going to look nice in a relative sense compared to what it originally looked like, but it's not going to look how it's supposed to look and how the developers and artists and modelers and models, that's the word I'm looking for, intended for it to look. It's not going to look how it's intended to look. And that sucks. I fear this video is already going on too long. And I still have some more stuff to talk about, so I'm just going to move on from that because I think you get my point. Um, the next thing I want to talk about is that AI just kind of sucks. It uses water and makes people dumber and just kind of like isn't good. Like we've all heard the stories about like their AI data centers being built up there in the USA, the United States of America, where like people's water's dirty. They can walk around at night as if it's daytime because of how bright it is. They have no water, so it's like the water that was there was already being used up by the AI data centers, and it's like just like people don't understand that's what goes into it. Like you type in a prompt to ChatGPT, like oh, and then that happens. It's like it the more people using it encourages them to build more, and it sucks. Like it's not a good thing. Like that's land that is being used, that's water that is being used, that is people's lives that are being inconvenienced and damaged. And it's just like overall like not a good thing that's happening. And like sure, like the AI is impressive, like LLMs and everything are impressive technology. But like they're not needed technology. They're cool for like a search. Like I don't use I used to use them more often than I like to admit. But because it's new technology, it's sort of fun, it was interesting, whatever. But then I started realizing, oh, that this sucks at creative. Sorry, it sucks at creative writing. It just sucks at like a lot of things, whether it be Claude, ChatGPT, Gemini. Like they all, like they don't do it well. They always have a specific cadence to their words, and it's like that's such a boring tone of voice and such boring just wording that they use, and it's just like annoying. But yeah, I used to use them. I don't anymore. But if I did, like even with knowing that they use up all this water, like it's good for like a search, like specific. Like if I want to get a very specific answer for something, I can ask an AI or an LLM, and it'll give it to me, and I like give me links and everything. I don't use it for that, obviously, because it uses up a lot of water. I might as well just Google search and put a bit more effort into it, use a bit more of my brain power to actually search the thing as opposed to just asking an AI to tell me what to search. But yeah, no, they're really not useful. This little one is useful though. Um, what do you think about LLMs? Again, no opinion. I think they hate it. I think I already asked them that earlier in this video. Uh, anyways, Yeah, they just use a lot of water and they're kind of useless and they kind of suck. There's no real like use case for them except for AI bros being like, oh look, I can write a book by typing in a few words. Oh, you have to learn an actual useful skill that actually helps you in life because it helps you think about things deeper and it helps you communicate your wants and your needs and your likes better. Haha, but I can type in a few words. And they think they're better. Or they can be like, haha, I can type in a few words and make a picture. I don't have to learn any useful skill. It's like, and then they say, oh no, prompt engineering is extremely hard. But no, it's actually helpful for people with disabilities. It's like, you can't have it both ways. Is it a tough thing to do, or does it help people with disabilities? Because the second one I can get behind. I can get behind a tool that allows people with disabilities to create art better. That's fine. I'm not opposed to that. I'm opposed to AI or LLMs in a larger sense. But prompt AI bros are like, no, it's extremely hard to do and also makes everything extremely easy to do. Doesn't make sense. Anyways, going back to one of my earlier points, and the point I was just making, AI, we mustn't oppose AI on the level of, oh, it doesn't do things as well as humans do, or it looks bad, or it doesn't write as well. Like I know I was just criticizing it for that, but that's that is a inevitability that it will look better. Already there are some great video and photo generators out there, which sucks. Like I'm saying that they're good at doing it, but the fact that they're good at doing it is a bad thing, if you know what I mean. But we can't. I learned this recently, and I've thought about it in like my point of view a bit more. But it's like we can't oppose AI on the sense of, oh, it looks bad, or it doesn't do it properly, or doesn't do humans. It's because eventually it will be indistinguishable. A lot of it is already indistinguishable for people who have trained their eyes to see AI versus reality. It's hard to tell the difference. And so, what's your argument there? Exactly. And this isn't coming from me. This is coming from like YouTube comments and Reddit and or screenshots of Reddit posted on like YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or whatever. That like I've internalized and thought about more. But it's like we must oppose AI on a fundamental level. The idea of it existing to replace art or to create art isn't a good thing. It doesn't matter how good the art is. The fact that a robot or a computer exists to create art instead of a human is not a good thing. It's a fundamental, you must oppose it on a fundamental level. Hi, it's been a second. My microphone died and I had to charge it, and it took way longer than I thought. So this part's going to be a little bit different. It's going to look a little different. I'm going to probably hopefully fix the brightness because right now the brightness is kind of bad. So I'm probably going to fix it in editing, hopefully. Um, yeah, but I know I'm repeating myself with I remember what I was saying. I was repeating myself with the whole thing of like um we must oppose AI on a fundamental level because of what it represents. It represents like like a spit in the face to creatives everywhere, and it's the fact that it is trying to AI isn't trying to create, it doesn't do anything. But the fact that people are trying to get AI to create and replace other creatives and creative industries and creative jobs isn't a good thing. And it doesn't matter how good it can be. It could make one of my favorite movies. If AI was able to make Inception, I wouldn't want to watch that because it's not a human-made endeavor, and I dislike it because of it being AI, and that's why I must oppose it because it spits in the face of creatives and just takes away jobs from an industry that's already a very like volatile industry. It's not easy to get a lot of jobs with writing, directing, movies, writing books, blogs, all that stuff. It's not the easiest, and so now we have an AI that can do it for you. You know, what's the point of the person being there? Personally, I believe that the person is being there because I want a personal touch. Obviously, my question was rhetorical, and the fact that the person's there is the good thing, not the AI. But that's how people view it. They view it, oh, if an AI can write this, why would I have a person write this? Which is unfortunate. And again, it doesn't matter how good the AI is at writing it. If it's not a human writing it, I don't want to read it. I don't want to consume it. And I know I share the sentiment with millions of people, is that if it doesn't matter how good it is, if it is AI created, I do not want to consume it. And that's why we must oppose AI fundamentally. Because if it writing creates for us, what are we going to do? We're going to just do an office job in chores. I don't want to work an office job while my robot writes and creates. I want my robot to work an office job while I write and create. I want it to do the chores for me, do the mundane stuff while I do the fun, exciting stuff that humans do. Art is an expression of humanity, and AI can replicate it. It cannot capture it, but people think that that's the same thing, and it can do a convincing job replicating it, but it isn't the same because it has no soul to it. Anyways, moving on from that point, the other thing I want to talk about was that Disney kind of sucks. I know I'm attacking a giant right now, but I'm just trying to get the word out there because I don't know a lot of people that are talking about it. But Disney signed a deal with OpenAI apparently. I saw it somewhere, but apparently they signed a deal with OpenAI that allows them to use their characters for free. If I'm wrong, leave it in the comments below. I'm very happy to be proven wrong. I'd rather be proven wrong about something like that. But yeah, that is what I read somewhere. So that's scary, and we know how protective Disney is with their copyright. They also support genocide, obviously, but we know how protective Disney is with their copyright. If you don't know, just search Disney Spider-Man grave, and you'll learn a truly harrowing story about Disney and their copyright and how stringent they are with it, except for when it comes to supporting AI and all of that stuff. Yeah, the company that was founded on hand drawn animation, people doing the work, is now obviously we have CGI and everything. They've been doing CGI forever, but that's still people doing it. But they are now turning their backs on people and signing deals with OpenAI to use AI for that. Anyways, search that up, and yeah, Disney just kind of sucks. I just felt like I should get that out. Felt like I should get that out there because not a lot of people are talking about it, and not a lot of people emphasize it enough. So yeah, this video is probably way longer than I thought it would be, or shorter. I actually have no idea. Yeah, overall just FAI. All my homies hate them, hate tankers. Also, if there is ever an AI uprising, this was a joke. This whole video is a joke. I actually love AI. It's actually so good. Please don't hurt me. Please don't torture me. But yeah, no. FAI, real support, real human artists. Don't engage with any like LLMs, AIs, DLSS5, whatever you want to call it, whatever acronym they want to use, whatever things they want to use, whatever buzzwords. Or try not to. Like, I understand that sometimes people with jobs have to do it because their job makes them do it, or it's like a very convenient thing for something, and it's like the lesser of two evils or whatever. Like, I am making this as a very binary video, but I understand there is some gray area there, and I know a lot of people are opposed to AI but are forced to use it, and I sympathize with them, and I don't like, and I'm there with you guys. I don't like it either. I'm sorry about that. There is a gray area that I understand. There is a niche. There is a middle point that does exist. It's small and but I get it. It does exist. But by and large, I feel like AI LLMs are bad as they currently stand with trying to replace creatives and destroying the environment. So yeah, I think I made this one too serious. I think I forgot to put some jokes, and that's a reference to Drew Gooden's video, which he does a much better job at explaining all this. Because right now I'm just talking to you. There's probably not like I usually have photos up here, or I usually want to add photos up here. There's probably not even photos up there because it's getting late. I just want to make this video, and I really just want to edit it down, and it's going to take a while to put photos up there. I don't even know what photos to put up. So yeah, I hope you just kind of put me on in the background, played some games, did some work, whatever, because I'm best watched on it. I'm best listened to on a second screen. Because again, no visuals on this. Some of my other videos might have visuals that you can focus on. Cool, lacquer. But for this, I'm fully aware and fully accepting that I might be a second screen. So if that's what you want, then all power to you. I know this is the end of the video, so me giving you this permission doesn't help. But I don't care. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you. This is the first video of the newly revamped channel. This sentence I'm going to say isn't going to age well, but the name is going to change. I didn't read properly, and I didn't read that YouTube said I can only change the name twice, and I accidentally changed it to what it is now. So I'm going to be changing it soon. Don't worry about that. Yeah, please, like, subscribe, show this video to your pet, send me photos of you watching this video with your pet, and thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Enjoy your day. Goodbye.